and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm happy to be showing off a new enclosure for my Gargoyle Gecko Jenova. There's like a little bit of backstory that's gonna be explained about Jenova later, so make sure you stay for that because Jenova actually was not always my reptile, but I've always had her. It's complicated. So you probably haven't seen her much on this channel, but that will be changing. Before we get started, I ask that you please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Also, please consider checking out the links below or leaving a comment. And with that, let's go ahead and get started. So previously, Jenova was in an 18 by 18 by 24 Exoterra, and now she's currently in an 18 by 24 All-American Cages enclosure. So it's not like an upgrade in terms of sizing, but the enclosure itself is nicer looking and more enriching. So we started out with an empty 18-18-24 All-American Cages enclosure, which I was sent some time ago, and now that I look at their website, it looks like the business has closed down. Most of my leopard gecko enclosures, my white tree frog enclosure, and my Eurymastix enclosure were made by All-American Cages, so that's a big bummer, and I hope to see them back soon. I wanted to make a super simple background that looked cool and had texture, so I applied coconut fiber mats to the enclosure with silicone. Then I used silicone to adhere the mushroom ledges, which I will talk about in a second. After the mats were on, I covered them with silicone, and you have to be really thorough when you do this to make sure you don't miss any spots. And then on top of that, I put a soil, sand, moss, bark blend so that it would look earthy. My Gargoyle Gecko is a big fan of ledges. She had Magnatrose ledges in her old enclosure, but I didn't like how over time the magnets rusted and pushed out of the foam, so I wanted something better. I found the foam ledges in Layla, also known as Indica Exotics, White's Tree Frog setup, and they're super cute, and then I reached out and they made some for me, which was really nice. After the background was done, I waited for the silicone smell to go away, which did take a while. For the substrate, I moistened hydrogen clay balls and placed them in the bottom a couple inches thick beneath a sheet of mesh. Then I put in a pre-made soil blend that has organic topsoil, sand, sphagnum moss, cocoa chip, and some ABG mix that I had on hand. I also added isopods and springtails to the substrate. Decorating the enclosure included baking wood that I found at Lake Michigan over the summer, and I put that in the oven, plus I also baked some cork bark. Then I arranged them in a way to make the enclosure have a lot of hiding places while also leaving it open enough to see the ledges. I do wish the branches were thicker, so I might replace them in the future, but this wood was free and I have other geckos to upgrade. I also added Fluker's pothos vines and added some more after this clip was taken. So as you can see, the new enclosure is finished, ready to add Jenova, and while I do this, I kind of want to talk about Jenova a little bit. In 2016, I welcomed Jenova home with my ex, Erin. I was actually posting on YouTube then, so I will include a clip from her now privated welcome home video. Dun, dun, dun. This is our first gargoyle. And there he or she is. Oh, a little baby. Poor thing, probably so scared. Wow, you're kind of big actually for like 11 grams. I thought it was going to be even smaller than this. Zach, be quiet, honey. Alright, look at the garg. Oh, so beautiful. I don't know what sex you are yet, but so beautiful. Look at you. Oh, your face is so cool. Here, let's get some shadow on in there. Yeah, you ready to come out, huh? Look at how beautiful the baby is. Hi, beautiful. This is the first time I've seen light all day. There we go, so you can see better, because the window's right there, so. There he or she is, in his or her house. You see that little curve? Let's see if I can put it out. Right there. That like a little bump in the spine. I know, honey. I'm sorry. That's what made him or her a pet only. But anyways, look how beautiful. Nice red little garg. Wasn't that wild to see 22-year-old Jessica? Anyways, like you heard, Jenova had a spinal kink that designated her as a pet only by her breeder, and I believe my ex found her on Facebook. Pet-only reptiles are the exact kind I like to keep, so I'm glad my ex got her since she's mine now. At first, she was kept in a small enclosure with paper towel, and we did not properly quarantine at that time. Friendly reminder, we all make mistakes in our reptile keeping journey. Jenova grew up into a big, beautiful girl because she is a fantastic eater, and always has been, except for watermelon Pangea, which none of my geckos are a fan of. I don't think she's a fan of any of them that don't include insects, honestly. Jenova became mine officially in September of 2021, though I had been caring for her for years before that. And now I'm reintroducing her. I would like to give her a new name starting with R so that she can be inducted into my New Caledonian Gecko group that all have R names. Let's get a drum roll for the new name, please. I think I'll just have to make a drum roll sound. Introducing Rova. Rova is my only gargoyle gecko, and she is not a fan of handling, so I don't bother her much except to photograph her because she is simply stunning, as you can see. Because I run a sanctuary, I will continue, of course, to keep her as a pet only, which means she will not be bred. But that doesn't stop Jenova from laying infertile eggs, which her isopods absolutely love. If you hadn't noticed, in 2016 when we got her, she was a juvenile, which makes her 7 years old today. Because the lifespan of New Caledonian geckos is so long, I hope to have her for many more years to come. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing Jenova and meeting her for the first time. At the time that you watch this, Jenova will have a different name, but I still haven't picked it yet, so I'm just calling her Jenova, but in the voiceover, I will have told you her new name. And that is what you'll be able to see her as on this channel in the future. If you like the enclosure, let me know down below. It is not my most elaborate build, but it is efficient, it is what she would like, and that's what matters. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Also, please consider checking us out in the links below on social media, on Patreon, etc. And with that, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!